Hello everybody. Welcome to the CTC Community Team Cup in 2025. It's the last race for match day number 9, P1Rx versus TCR. And hello everyone in chat already. Hope you're having a good time, and yeah, looking forward to have an interesting race here. Yeah, in my announcement I said full circle, so the first match for match day 9 was exactly the same situation, combination, whatever. So yeah, nice to see you all. Hope you're doing well. So let's quickly go over the quick facts. Community Team Cup. What is it? Organized team versus team racing in a league. This season we have 12 teams in total from 10 different communities. We are running 2 groups with 6 teams each. In total we have 10 match days for the regular season from February till November. So this is match day 9 already, getting closer towards the end of the regular season. Every team has one home and one away match against the other teams in their group. Then the 2 group winners will advance to the grand final in December. It is 1 race per match day, roughly 45 minutes in time. It will be translated into a fixed number of laps according to the car track combination. Speaking about the combination settings, the home team, they can decide the match day settings. That is the car, the track, the weather, the multipliers for fuel and tires, also the refuel rate, and also the available and mandatory tire compounds for said race. In terms of cars and pools, there's a common pool for all of the teams for the entire season. Once you pick a car and a track, that's gone for the rest of the season. But I guess you all know that. The names I see in the chat all should be very familiar with CTC, I reckon. So let's get onto the big screen and have a look at the schedule. So this is the final match for match day number 9. We have seen 5 of the 6 matches already. Then this is the last one, P1Rx versus TCR today, a Group A match it is. Quick look at the standings. So important on the left hand side, Group A, P1Rx sitting on top with 7 wins, 21 points, and TCR in P5 currently 1 win and 3 points for the season so far after 8 match days it is. So let's have a look at the settings for today. So we will be back in France, Saint-Croix. Layout B in reverse for 19 laps in the Ford GT race car. That's the Group 3 one, if you're wondering. Multipliers, you see it here as well. For the fuel, we have ×3. For the tires, we have ×4. And a refuel speed of 3 liters per second. We're starting in the afternoon and having a little bit of a time progression, ×3. So getting towards the evening. Preset weather, sunny. So that's easy and interesting. So we have all 3 racing tire compounds available, but none of them is required. So up to the drivers to find the optimal strategy for that one. So the matchup, so in the standings as well, Gr.A with 21 points, 7 wins and 1 loss. TCR 3 points, 1 win and 7 losses so far in that season, heading into match day number 9. And then finally we have a look at the lineups, and all familiar names to CTC for this season. So for P1R we have Archivert GT aka Chris, Valkyrie, Jake aka the Seagull, Kevin GT, France K88 and Italia 458. And then for TCR we have the ultimate pleb himself, Tichony Racing, Hoggy as well on board, Shelty, Sonic B Racing and Rapid GT. So I'd argue probably the strongest lineups for both of the teams. Never know. With P1Rx, they have like all really fast drivers, but we've seen this team for most of the season for them. So yeah, that's the setup for this one, and we're getting closer towards the qualifying session, and it's a little bit of warm-up happening for the drivers, and then a couple of minutes before we head into the qualifying itself, it will be 10 minutes in total. Drivers can do as many a few laps as they want. It is like agreed that the home team P1Rx, they get out on track, and then after 30 seconds a TCR will join them, so we have a little bit of a gap between the two teams and their drivers, so we shouldn't see any impeding, hopefully, throughout this qualifying session, then to determine the grid order for the race that will be happening straight after the qualifying. 2-3 minutes, maybe a little bit of a toilet break, whatever, and then yeah, we have 19 laps here in this fictional track at France. It is the reverse layout, and yeah, a high speed slipstream will be key, and also there is a section, it's the bridge section, I call it, coming onto and off the bridge. It's tricky, the entry. You might be facing barrier on the left hand side if you understeer too much, and coming off the bridge there's a nasty bump. It is downhill left into right, and this can unsettle your car. Tricky. But yeah, this should be the main focus points, I think, for this race then as well. Yeah, with the non-required tires, also an interesting strategy. We've seen this race already, and so I think the best strategy was 12 mediums, 7 softs for those at the front. We could see medium. Don't think we will see the 2-stopper, soft, but you never know what drivers have practiced for, what they feel comfortable with. So yeah, should be definitely an interesting one today. So then we're waiting for the race director. It's Inferno today. So looks like drivers are getting ready for the qualifying. Jump into the spectate mode. If I can remember correctly, the pole position time was a 2-minute flat in the first race this match day. Alright, so we should see now the P1Rx drivers leaving all the pits, and it is so, as always, there is no tire wear and no fuel consumption for the qualifying in this season, so it's flat out. And Italia, we have Kevin, Valkyrie, those are closed, and the gap to France, Jake and Chris. And now it's TCR on track, Tichny leading the way, the Hoggy, Shelty, E-Racing, Rapid, and the team captain Sonic on the track now. So this uphill left into the right border bridge. It's probably one of the crucial parts here. Don't run too wide. Yeah, that barrier sticking out. Of course, then over the bridge we go. And braking off the bridge. Downhill, left, right, with that little bit of a bump. So we need to carry the speed uphill again for the long left-hander. And then heading into the final sector on this track. We are getting ready for the first timed lap. So Italia will be our onboard driver, and we do that now. Let's jump into cockpit. Final turn, carry the speed for the run. Don't touch the wall on the outside. Now let's go, go, go. Starting the lap now. So braking roughly at the 100. Start of the curb on the right hand side. Hit that inside curb and early on the power again. Now get ready for the uphill asses. It is a tiny lift needed for the entry, and then it should be flat through the next couple of... Maybe a little left needed here. Yep, a tiny lift indeed. Don't run too wide. And now start off the curb, brake for the important left-hander for the long back straight. Second to third gear. And we see now the run through that little left kink, easy flat, of course. Staying in, getting up to 6th gear, down to 3rd gear, tight line early on the power again for the run, then on top of the crest, brake, 2nd gear, 1st gear for rotation, interesting, 2nd gear on exit. Now it's over the bridge. And then you want to have a look at those marks on the track, those triangles. Don't touch the inside curb, that looked tidy. And early on the power again, uphill we go through the long double left-hander, approaching the final sectors. Drake. Now start off the curb on the left hand side, touch the inside curb, downhill a little bit, and back onto the power through the penalty zone we go, and then between the 100 and the 50, coasted through the final turn, early on the power, and this looked like a nice solid lap to start the qualifying session, a 2:09.0 for Italia. Kevin with a 2:09.2, Valkyrie with a 2:09.6 France. This could be a bit quicker. 2:09.2, whereas Jake 6, 7, 8, 9, 2:08. And we have Chris P6. Around comes TCR Ticini. Still leading, Hoggy right behind, a 2:09.4. So that's P6, Hoggy with a 2:09.2. P3 provisionally, B Racing. P7 with a 2:09.6. Rapid 2:09.6 as well. Shelty 2:09.6. And Sonic 2:012.5. So, Jake with that 2:08.9. Guess the wind direction also is a big factor in this qualifying. So, not sure if we will see those low 2:08s. And Jake hits the barrier. Probably won't be improving on that lap. So 1-2 for P1Rx, then TCR in P3. And Hoggy's still very close to Tichney, so we'll stay with Hoggy, who is purple. Also means Tichney on a good lap, braking late. Floating through this tricky chicane. Still keeping it close. Catching up with some of the P1Rx drivers. New fastest lap Kevin, 2:08.7, Valkyrie up to P2. Tichney and Hoggy with the run. Oh, a little bit of dirty air entering the final turn. Not ideal. Will it be an improvement for both of them? Let's see. Yeah, Tichney up to P2, Hoggy in 4th position, so it's Kevin with a 2:08.7. Tichney with a 2:08.8, Valkyrie with a 0.8 as well, Hoggy with a 0.83 P4, that is really close to Jake, currently in 5th with that 0.9, 2/10 purple now for Siegel. I guess we'll stay with him. And for this lap, he might be giving the TCR boys a little bit of a tow down that straight. Still purple, 2/10, so a 0.5 on the line. Abusing the gear a little bit. Now onto the bridge we go. Smooth entry early on the power. Looks good. Should still be up, in my opinion. But those TCR drivers still close. 2/10. It is. Yeah, no drama for Jake off the bridge. Let's see what's the time. Less than 90 seconds. Italia with a 2:08.6. Jake still up on it's purple. It is by how much? Will it be a 0.5 for Jake? Needs to nail that final turn, carrying the speed. Nice one. Close to the wall. And it probably will be provisional pole for Jake, a 2:08.4. Tichney. Oh, Hoggy up to P2, a 2:08.6. Tichney in 4th. Kevin P5, Valkyrie P6, France in 7th, and Chris P8. Then we have B Racing P9, Shelty in 10th, Rapid in 11th, and Sonic in P12 currently. So less than 30 seconds, so final lap it is for the drivers. And Jake with that 0.4. 161 thousandths of a second. Currently the gap to Hoggy P2, who has a penalty, who won't be improving. What about Titch? With that 2:08.7. Does he get a little bit of a toe? He might be. He's up on his personal best. Can he move up one position at least? And getting the run. Jake getting out of the way, providing no more slipstream. Oh, Tichney is purple. Oh, understeered a little bit. Couldn't carry speed. I think that purple is gone now. Will it still be okay for an improvement? A little bit of a wiggle. He's pushing. Yeah, lost the purple, still up, could get P3 in the session. Touching the grass, Valkyrie improved, but stays in P6, if I'm not mistaken. Missed the apex slightly. Can he carry the speed over the line? Chris improved to P5 and Ditchley with a 2:08.7. No, the final sector wasn't good enough to gain one more position. Stays in P4, Italia P3, and Jake takes pole position. Hoggy P2, Chris P5, Kevin P6, Belk in 7th position. France then in P8 with that 2:09.0. B Racing, P9, Shelty 10th, Rapid in 11th, and Sonic P12 and reversing, gaining some style points. Right. So then we wait for the time to come down, and then we'll have a look at the qualifying results graphics. So just for my records, and then let's go. See Jake with the pole position, 0.4, Hoggy in 2nd, 3rd. We have Italia for P1Rx, then it's Tichney in P4, P5. We have Acura GT, Chris P6, it's Kevin for P1Rx, P7. We have Valkyrie, but close gaps between the drivers. France and P8. And the second page we see B Racing, Shelty, Rapid and Sonic, and for TCR. So yeah, that's as always, the first 3 qualifying get some bonus points. P1 3, P2 2, P3 1. So that's 4 points for P1Rx and 2 points for TCR after the qualifier. So then we have a short break. Drivers can get themselves refreshed, whatever they need to do. And then we're heading into the final race for match day 9, P1Rx versus TCR, 19 laps here at St. Croix. Layout B in reverse. Back to the full screen and just bring up the settings once again. So 19 laps, you see that fuel will be times 3, tires times 4, refuel rate 3 liters per second. All racing tire compounds are available, non-mandatory. And then I think we can get this race underway. As always, we have a grid start with the false start check. And it looks like drivers are ready. Then let's go. Let's do this. Just need to wait for the lobby host, Tom, to hit the start the race button, and then we should be good. Here we go. We are ready. So, spectate mode it is, and here we go. So just going through the grid and everyone starting on the mediums. You see lights, 3, 4, 5 here the entrance. And it's green, green, green. Hoggy with a good start. Challenging Jake already for turn number 1. Inside line for Hoggy, advantage maybe for the TCR driver. And Jake holds the line around the outside, still has his nose in front, I think just has the inside line. For the uphill, Hoggy needs to back out. Oh, he hangs it around the outside. He goes for it. They go side by side through the SS. Can they hold it? Ooh, they make it work somehow. Jake keeps that position. Hoggy P2, Italia P3, Digitally P4, braking for the sharp left-hander. Jake keeps that position. Hoggy P2, Italia P3. Inside line. I think that's Kevin versus Tichney. Tichney trying to nip the slip. Not all. Same does Kevin coming through the kink. Tichney gets in front, just keeping it, and we need to get back to the front. Hoggy versus Jake. Jake inside line. Italia on the inside as well. Hoxton needs to go around the outside, touches the wall, but should have track position for the right-hander to enter the bridge. Italia with a white line. Can he avoid the wall? Yes, he can. And it is 2 wide, 3 wide for the next braking zone. Italia on the inside alongside with Kevin and Valkyrie. We go off the bridge. And it's Tichney versus Italia. Tichney gets that position up to P3. Italia P4. Ooh, it's kicking off already. So close racing at the start of this race. Jake leading, Hoggy P2, Tichney P3, then Italia and Kevin. A late move, team versus team, but also within the same team. Kevin gaining a position, Valkyrie as well. Italia losing 2 positions. We don't want to go into the cockpit. And coming around the final turn to end lap number 1, we have Jake, Hoggy P2, very close. Tichney with a little gap, 7/10, a second to Valkyrie in P4. Then Italia, Kevin and Chris all in slipstream range. Shelty in P8, Rapid in 9th, B Racing 10th, Sonic 11th, and France with a bit of a moment and damage. 5 seconds to gap for now for the P1Rx driver. Sonic and B with a slipstream. Also Rapid, Shelty staying with the P1Rx crew. Chris, Italia, Kevin and Valkyrie. Tichney closed that gap to the front 2 runners now, and Hoggy with the run, maybe in the slipstream. 2/10, closing now. Jake going defensive, forcing the TCR driver to the outside line, and Hoggy with a aggressive move. Can he hold it? Can he hold that line? Oh, he's touching the wall. A little bit of a scratch, but nothing too major, and Hoggy takes the lead for now. Now he's under pressure. Titch as well. So close, Hoggy going very defensive, forcing Jake to the narrow line, going back to the racing line. And oh, that little bump, you saw that car gets unsettled. So far they made it work. Valkyrie, Kevin, Italia and Chris still very close behind. So the entire grid, like really close still, coming towards the end of lap number 2. That is a close race so far. So it's TCR leading with Hoxton, Jake P2, Tichney P3, Valkyrie P4. And we see some toe braking maneuvers. I think Titch touched the wall, lost that position to Valk. It's now up to P3. He was for a moment actually with the better exit. Retakes P3 for now. But Kevin, Italia, it is still so close. Yeah. It's, top 6 within 1.7. Shelty still in the slipstream range, 2.7 seconds for now. Rapid within a second. B Racing as well. A little gap to Sonic, who had a moment. Lost to position. Oh, Chris and Franz. They dropped Chris with a moment. He was running with towards the front. Now down to P10. Oh, a little moment. And Jake takes the inside line and into the lead again for P1R. Hogging P2 to P3. Valkyrie P4. Oh, not sure where to look here. It's also close. Oh, not the best run for Valkyrie. Losing a little bit of time. We go a bit closer. Maybe a little bit of on-board action. For the third time of asking. Coming off the bridge. Oh, early lift. Kitchney, so saving a little bit of fuel. And behind the top 2. So lessons from that match, P1R versus Race Asylum, where we kicked off match day 9. We saw like a little bit of fuel saving might be needed if you want to go for a medium soft strategy at least. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly happening at the moment. Still very close, and Hoggy with a better run, challenging Jake for P1 again for the lead. Will it be enough? Hoggy now into the lead for the first turn, gets those in front, understeers a little bit, losing momentum. Opportunity for Jake to pass him again. Yep. Oh, it's a back and forth at the front. Jake, Hoggy, Ditchley, Valkyrie, we see Kevin, Italia, Shelty, P7, Rapid, P8. Once again, the guy leading, coming onto the back straight, probably won't be leading by the end of the lap. We see once again 2/10, and now slipstream helping, but maybe also taking it easy, saving a little bit of fuel. Yeah, not aggressive this time, but I mean, how close can it get? 1.6 between the top 6 still. Oh, a bit of moment. Nearly big moment. I think Titch understood a little bit onto the bridge, and Valkyrie had to take avoiding actions now. Lifting early. Going line astern through the uphill part, heading into the final sector. Valkyrie with the run. No, not quite. Oh, and here comes Kevin with a massive dive down the inside, avoided probably his teammate. Ooh, bit of a moment, but they made it work. Didn't lose time, I think. Oh, and interestingly, Jake staying in the lead. So maybe Hoxton is saving a little bit of fuel. Let's have a look. Fairly similar currently. Early lift heading into the first turn, and we see that lovely group of cars. So let's see, even Rapid in P8, B Racing make it 9, top 9, roughly within 2 seconds. Crazy close race, slipstream and fuel saving at the same time. That is the key probably for this race, but very tense it is. This race, Jake, Hoggy, Titchney, top 3, then Valkyrie P4, Kevin, Italia for P1Rx, then we have Shelty, Rapid, and B Racing. We have the two P1R drivers, France and Chris, both with a little bit of a moment. P10, P11, and Sonic, who, let's say, is not the biggest fan of the venue in P12. A bit by himself. A moment. Titchney dropped all the way down to P6. So can we see what happened? The wall. A little bit of contact, and then for the bridge, let's see. Yeah, just was the too wide coming uphill. It's very tricky. So Jake now trying to open up a gap. 1 second for him. Oggy P2, Valkyrie P3, Kevin in Italia P4, P5, and Titchney leading his teammates, Shelty, Rapid, and B Racing. Trying to close the gap again. It's 7/10 for now. Can they catch, and can they look after the fuel at the same time? That's the question. A big penalty for Hoggy, a second. Oof. So where do you get a 1 second penalty? Yeah, maybe cut that final turn. And Jake is pushing now. He sees the opportunity to break free. For the second to Hoggy, both touching the grass. Oh, that is a tricky one. If you're a bit too early to Igor on the throttle for this left-hander, the rear can easily step out and you get a spin. Everyone now with slipstream and a bit of a lighter car with some improvements. Purple personal bests now through the sectors we go. Oh, mistake, Kevin understeers onto the grass and losing 2, 3, maybe 4 positions. It was Italia, not Kevin, sorry. Okay. But one of the P1Rx drivers now maybe still dirty tires. It is close. You're racing on the inside and gets past as well up to P7. So where's the penalty line for Hoggy? He's lost his slipstream now, 1.6 already, and he will be forced to slow down now. I think this is not the worst penalty zone in the game. Can he keep P2 just, I think, but the gap to Jake now 3 seconds, and he is under pressure. Yeah, upshift, early upshift. Doesn't fight it too much, tries to go for the better run out of the first turn. Indeed, he gets the run, moves up into P2 again. Valkyrie down to third. Kevin P4, Titchney up to P5. Rapid in P6, right behind. And it's lap 7 already. We have a look at the fuel and the tires. Well, that looks fairly even for the drivers. So probably everyone on a similar strategy for now. Rapid using definitely more fuel, 50% down, so he's used the most currently. Shelty lost a few positions with a moment down to P11, dropped behind France and Chris, but still has a little bit of a toe. And yeah, Sonic all by himself in P12. Shelty has a slipstream to Chris and friends. They also are within slipstream range for B Racing, and Italia, who has the slip, Rapid and Tichney outside, 2 seconds currently. Oh, Hoggy under immense pressure now. Valkyrie and Kevin right behind. Showing is now not going for it now, but putting themselves into a great position for turn number 1. Maybe Jake now with 4.8 seconds. Valkyrie sending it down the inside. There's contact between the two midway through the turn. Opportunity maybe for Kevin with the run. Valkyrie has the inside, providing some slipstream to his teammate. And Hoggy going for the wide line. Can he hold it? Yeah, he can. And he will lose that position for now. And you see another yellow car right behind. That is Tichney. Rapid lost that position to Italia. We need to have a look what happened. 1.6. So Rapid and B Racing P7, P8 right behind Italia, who touches the grass on the exit. Will we have a compromised run? Could be. It's 3/10 for now. Titch half a second the gap to Kevin, so he closed that gap to the battle for P2, Valkyrie, Hoggy and Kevin. So, and look at Jake now. Once he got away, 6.4 now. He's pushing Valkyrie, maybe slowing down the rest of the grid to ensure victory for the team. Kevin versus Hoggy. Brave move downhill. Oh, someone touched the wall. Just survived it. So for now it is 1, 2, 3, 4 P1R, 4, 5, 6, 7 for TCR. End of lap 8. Target probably still be end of lap 12 for the pit stop. Starting lap number 9. So 4 laps before the pit stop. Roughly 3 to 4. Maybe someone goes for an undercut. We don't know. Oh, it's close. Kevin now defending for his life. Hoggy with the look. Inside line. Uphill. Yes, we go. There was a little bit of a wiggle. Kevin held his line. Keeps that position for now. Can the two TCR drivers work together? Maybe Hoggy with the tighter exit, giving Tichney a little bit of a slip. Oh, didn't get the run. Tucks in behind for now. Ooh, there was left-right moment. And Hoggy goes a bit too deep. So Tichney moves up 1 position, now trying to put some pressure onto Kevin and Valkyrie maybe. Still half a second. And we definitely see tire wear kicking in now. The front right tire seems to be the problematic one. Good thing for P1Rx is the gap between Kevin and Valkyrie, 1.2. So if Tichney and Hoggy cannot get the move done very soon, Valkyrie might be gone as well. Oh, that is an early one. So this could be the medium one stop, medium. So also a strategy option. Medium soft or medium seem to be the two possible strategies. And looks like TCR going definitely for a longer Jake as well, trying at least to go for it. Chris for P1R as well, staying out on those mediums. Shelty is still close. Sonic in P8, and then we have the pit stoppers for P1Rx. That's Valkyrie, Kevin, Italia, and France, all on a fresh set of medium tires. Then for the second half of this race, Jake 9.2 seconds. That rear, but he's definitely flying. He could avoid all the fighting then at some point, and you can clearly see it in the lap times. 2:11s. Still for Jake, while we see 2 minute 12s, and for Titch, Hoggy, Rabbit and B Racing still in touch. Oops, near contact, giving Chris a little bit of a run, getting that gap down to a second. Shelty also not too far behind, 8, 9, 10th for now. So the question is, will it be just an overcut for medium, or will it be the medium soft? Yeah, Jake stayed out, opting now for the medium soft strategy. Was the mindset for TCR also. Keep on running. Rapid and B. Chris coming in as well, not trusting the softs to last until the end, probably. So he's in for service, or will he go for the massive undercut for soft tires? It's lap 11. We need some fuel. I think he had good tire wear, but there's the low refuel rate, 3 liters per second. We'll have a look. It's mediums again, so fresh mediums. He's probably pushing now, drop down to P12 for now, so behind France, Italia, and Kevin. Kevin got a 4-second gap to his teammates. Another 3 seconds nearly to Valkyrie. Sonic now still on his worn mediums. And so can he slow down the P1R drivers at some point? This leaves us with Jake still leading, and then P1R 2-7. So the top 7 all need to pit. At some point we still have 9 seconds between Jake and Titchney, P1 and P2. And Hoggy P3 now on. Yeah, it's tough for him to keep up with Titch. With stage 1.2 Rapid and B still close to each other. Shelty trying as well to get back into that slipstream range. So Jake starting lap number 12. Titchney doing the same, I reckon. Hoggy, Rapid, B, Shelty all going for that 12-7 or 13-6 medium to soft strategy. So Valkyrie got past Sonic. no drama, I think. So here's the first of the medium pit stoppers in P7. Sonic hasn't pitted yet. Kevin in 9th. France, Italia, and Chris now in team formation again. So they will be closer to the field once the leaders have pitted, and it could be this lap or maybe one more. So end of lap 12 or end of lap 13, where we expect the medium to soft tire runners now to come in. I think slight advantage for Jake with the tire wear on the front right, not by much. So let's see if he wants to extend. So he's definitely in control, 9.5 seconds at this stage. So he doesn't have to risk like going for 7 laps on the soft, so maybe extend the medium stint, one more lap, and then use the softs for 6 just to be safe. Fuel should be okay. Let's see. Yep, stayed out, going for 13.6 then. So I reckon we see some of the TCR drivers pitting now, going for an undercut. Tichney coming in, Hoggy in, Rapid in, B-Racing in, Shelty staying out for one more, also going for 13.6. So fuel very similar between Titch and Hoggy. Rapid used a bit more, we saw that. B-Racing as well. Valkyrie should probably jump up to P3. We still see the refueling happening for TCR. Can they come out in front? This P1R crew? No, not quite. Tichney in P6 behind Sonic. Hoggy in the middle of the P1Rx train. So we have now softs versus mediums. Ooh, that is intense. Sonic being the cork in the bottle now on very warm medium tires. Trying to stay out of trouble, probably didn't really help. Hoggy is still in the middle of this pack. Now let's see some smoke happening. Oh, it's Sonic with a massive team play moment. Here providing slip for Hoggy and then probably giving him the inside line. Ooh, there was contact. I think Hoggy turned in a little bit too early. No, it was Sonic getting out of the way, so sorry, I was confused. No, it was Sonic getting out of the way. That was, I think, he sacrificed his own race. Now, Jake in for pit stop. Shelty also very low on fuel, will be visiting his pit crew now for the stop, changing over to the soft tire compounds. Valkyrie and Kevin. Valkyrie with a nice little gap, 6 seconds. Kevin on his medium tires. Defending this position. Stays in front of Titch. For now, Titch completing the outlap on the softs. There is Jake. He is back out on track, leading. He's on the softs. Valkyrie P2 on mediums. Kevin P3, Tichney P4, Hoggy P5, France in 6th, Italia P7, Chris P8, and we have Rapid, B-Racing and Shelty, and Sonic pitting as well. Now, so the gap, 3 seconds for Jake, then 6 between Valkyrie and Kevin. And Kevin still running in P3. Tichny hasn't found a way past yet on his soft tires. He gets the better exit. Now we're getting a massive run. Probably doesn't need to save fuel as well. So Kevin taking the inside line, defensive one. Tichny with the overrun around the outside. Can he get that car turned? Yes, he does. Superior grip on the softs. Just stay off the walls. And Titch up to P3. 6 seconds to get to Valkyrie in P2. With 5 laps to go. This could be difficult. On a purple. For now, Hoggy as well with a good run. Second to Kevin. Now P4, P5. That was close to the wall for Kevin, losing some momentum. And Hoxton with the run, 3/10, 2/10. Kevin going semi-defensive. Parking his car. Oh no! Hoggy! Big moment. Where is he? I think he was just carried too much speed for that one, and then the rear tire touched the grass, was distracted by Kevin, so it's down to P11 for Hodgson, and out of that fight for P4. Oof. Let's breathe and sort the race order. Jake with 5 seconds. Valkyrie in P2. Tichny in P3 gained 1.5 seconds on that previous lap. So down to 5. And as the fastest lap of the race so far, 2:09.8, and pushing, getting that fastest lap down. Kevin in P4, France P5, Italia in 6th, and Chris P7, all on the mediums. We have Rapid GT and B Racing for TCR on soft tires, so can they bring down that gap to the medium tire runners? Shelty as well is on the softs, has the freshest softs R3 for now. It's close. Hoggy with that mistake drops down to P11, and Sonic enjoying himself at the back of the grid in P12. Coming towards the end of lap 15. So we have 4 to go. Then Jake crosses the line for Project 1 Racing. And it is a new fastest lap, 2:08.5. Oof. That's a statement. Valkyrie in P2 on mediums. Tichny improves his personal best, I think 2:09.5. But that 2:08.5, Jake showing his muscles now, flexing. Well, that's 6, 7, 10th gain maybe for Tichny on the lap compared to Valkyrie. Tire wear on the softs, clearly visible. Probably 2-3 laps on softs where you can push and have the big advantage. Then it should even out between the softs and the mediums. Further down the race, so the gap between Chris and Rapid, 2 seconds. Also, the TCR boys are still catching P8, 9 and 10 to the group in front of them, P7, 6 and 5 maybe. Will the tires be good enough? Can they catch? It's still 2 seconds. A good thing is for the P1R drivers, they're in a group and they can help each other as well, providing some slipstream down the straights. So staying at 2 seconds for now. What's the gap? Gr.A lost a second throughout this lap. TCR is pushing down to 3 seconds. So can he catch the Dutch driver in P2? Jake is gone. He was gone after 3-4 laps. He could break free. 2:10. Okay, that one push lap was a big one. Actually, 2:11. TCR with a 2:9. Again, he had 2:09.8. Under 3 seconds. That gap. We see the assist is very scaling most of his time, half a second. Also, this exit should be good with the soft tires. Yep, instantly you see the delta coming down. Gained 1.5 tenths before the kink coming out of the left-hander. Point 1. And getting closer to the 2-second mark. Or he might be close to the slipstream range by the end of the lap. It's 2 to go. So it's possible to catch. A bit hesitant, and you see that instantly the gap going up again. The TCR drivers, they're also right at the rear of Chris, Italia and France now. This is 3 versus 3 maybe. Here starting the penultimate lap. So maybe 4.5 minutes then in this match day 9 battle, and it's getting spicy again towards the end of the race. The soft tire runners for TCR are pushing rapid. Shelty, B Racing, Hoggy also back with the group. Let's have a look at the gap. Valkyrie to TCR, the gap staying roughly at 2 seconds, so TCR couldn't gain that much now through the S's. Yeah, the tires now starting to fade. Got a little bit of a better run. Probably be gaining a 10th, maybe 2 by the end of the straight. I'd reckon the mediums are now the better tire for the remaining couple of minutes. Oops, a little bit of a drift. TCR as well gained 1.7, still outside of the slipstream range though. Needs to have a really good final sector. What's the situation? Italia P7, Rapid P8, Shelty P9, E-Racing P10. That is still very close, 7, 8, 10th. No, Italia tapped the wall, I think, so he gets a slower run uphill, giving Rapid the opportunity to challenge them. into turn number 1, I reckon. It's half a second. Rapid, Shelty and B. They're lurking, they're waiting for that mistake. And Jake on the final lap, 10 seconds to gap. Valkyrie versus Titch, 1.3, 1.4, so Titch got into slipstream range now. Will his tires last? Will the fuel last? Questions everywhere. Italia managed to keep that 4 or 5/10 into the final turn. We are on the final lap now. And it's close, still close. 4 or 5/10. We need to jump back and forth between the two battles. Oh, Titchney runs wide onto the grass. I think he's dropping out of the slipstream again. 1.4, 1.5, so we go back to this one, half a second into the slipstream. 4/10. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? It's half a second still. Not gaining that much into the left-hander. We go towards the bridge. Valkyrie 1.4, 1.5. That should be enough to stay in P2. Now here, Rapid and Italia. Italia had clipped the wall, I think. I'd look for a brief moment. He's fine, he's fine. And it's 1.3. Titchney's front right is screaming for help. 1.2 it is. Jake, 11 seconds. He will be winning this one for sure. What about Rapid versus Italia? Uphill we go. Italia still has 3.5/10. Can he stay in front for the braking zone? Yes, he can. So Jake comes round the final turn and wins this race for P1Rx Valkyrie. Round the final turn, no penalty, and it is P2 for Valk. Titch got close within a second. It is P3 for TCR, then Kevin P4, Friends P5, Chris P6. Italia kept that position. P7. Rapid with a mistake, so Shelty in 8th, B Racing P9, Rapid in 10th, running out of fuel. Okay, some of the TCR drivers had to run out of fuel. Of course, Hoggy also is out of fuel. Pushed too much, probably. What it looks. Is he? No, he still has a little bit of fuel. But he will finish in P11. And Sonic then coming round the final turn and gets P12 for TCR. Very nearly running out of fuel. Okay. So, GG's everybody. That was a good one. So, let's have a quick look at the race results, and I'm gonna do the live scores. We'll be looking at 6 P1Rx drivers in the top 7, so they should have this victory then for the match day. So still do the spreadsheet magic. Jake with the fastest lap as well and the victory, so maximum points for Jake, Valkyrie, then P2 Titchney in 3rd, Kevin 4, Friends in 5th, Chris P6, Italia finishes 7th, then we have Shelty in 8th position, P9, we have B Racing 10th, Rapid GT, P11, Hoggy, and Sonic in P12. Alright, so if everything is as I'm hoping it is, so here we go. We can see my lovely spreadsheet, and yeah, it's It's an 80-36 victory then for P1Rx, but I don't think the points really show how close the racing was in this one. I messed up something? No, it's good. It's okay. I was just a little pleb. So yeah, great racing, everybody, and congrats to P1Rx for the victory. Also great racing from the TCR drivers today. Gave them a hell of a fight for the race, definitely. So yeah, that concludes match day number 9. So yeah, next, actually this month, we're already in November, of course, so in 3 weeks time actually, so that weekend, 21st to 23rd of November, scheduled dates, we will see the final match day 9 for the regular season. So with 6 more matchups then to come. And then in December, just before Christmas, we have the grand final between Group A and Group B winners. But yeah, that's it from my side. Once again, great racing from the crews, from the teams. And yeah, hope to see you in a couple of weeks' time here for the CTC match day 10 broadcast. So there will be hopefully every match covered from our lovely community streamers. So if you haven't already, go visit Gen X Racing, Dream Team Racing, Shikuka, Grantis. They all have been wonderful this season, helping us out. We also think had Gr.A 4HR doing one stream. So yeah, big shout out to all of the communities, streamers helping with the broadcast. And yeah, see you again for match day 10. And have a nice rest of your Sunday. Good start to the week. And see you very soon for match day 10. Until then, have a good time. Take care. Bye bye.